Hello everyone, Christopher Stratton with Stratton Home Inspections. I'm just going to do a quick overview of what a typical home inspector will look for during the inspection of a AC unit here. And a lot of this stuff is something you guys can do to your own air conditioning system, and I always suggest doing it, obviously at the beginning of the year and then again at the end of the year. But if you do have a program where someone actually comes out and takes a look at your unit, then you might not need to do this. But just some good information to know. The first thing I'm looking at usually when I walk up to an AC unit is to take a look at the actual coils themselves, see how dirty they are. So you can see that this one does have some buildup in it. And so in my report, I'll just recommend having those cleaned. This one is not in severe condition, but it is fairly dirty, and that's pretty typical if there is animals or pets roaming around, or typically if you're cutting the grass a lot in the grass and the AC's running at the same time, sometimes it will suck up some of that grass and get into the coils there. The cleaning process is fairly simple though. Typically you can just hose that out. The next thing I'll do is I'll take a look inside the unit, just taking a look at the fan blades here, making sure the fan blades look like they're in decent condition, and then make sure I don't see an excessive amount of debris inside the cabinet there. Another thing that I look at is the insulation wrap around the refrigeration line here. You can see that this one is in fairly decent condition. A lot of the times, especially if it's in the sun, it will decay pretty fast, and you'll ultimately have to end up replacing this insulation wrap here. This is, it's a fairly cheap and easy fix there. And then we'll also take a look at the actual disconnect here. So we'll just open that up, take a look, make sure that is the correct disconnect, and it is located within so many feet from the unit there. Typically on a newer home, it is code to have that disconnect within roughly about 50 feet of the unit. And for the most part, just making sure that it is level. I do come across quite a bit of units that are not level. This one is actually on a bracket that's attached to the foundation, so this one will continue to be level, hopefully throughout its entire life. But if it is sitting on a pad, you do want to make sure you keep that air conditioning system level. And then I don't see any excessive amounts of rust or corrosion at the bottom of the unit, or anywhere on the unit for that matter. And then you do want to make sure you keep any kind of vegetation back, about 3 to 4 feet away from the unit. And you can see this one has got vegetation right up against it, so we'll go ahead and note that in the report as well. If you guys have any other questions about air conditioning systems or AC units, feel free to reach out. StrattonHomeInspections.com, Chris at StrattonHomeInspections.com, or give us a call, 712-281-3080.